Hello and welcome to our Young Writers Scratch Night. I'm Helen Squires, the Artistic Director of Making Waves Theatre Company. We've set tonight up as a platform to encourage and support the next generation of playwrights. So every performance you're going to see tonight has been written by a writer aged between 11 and 18. I want to start off by saying a huge thank you to our incredible industry panel, our amazing performers and directors, and our incredibly talented young writers, and to you guys for tuning in and watching at home and supporting us. I hope you enjoy the performances tonight.
Have you heard of that old philosophical question that everyone always talks about? If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? I always thought that was quite stupid. Like, what? Of course it makes a sound. That happens when something hits the ground. That's science. Whether or not someone hears it means nothing. I think I get it now. There's no way to prove it because, nobody's around. I mean, we have recording devices now, so you could put someone in a forest and try hearing through that. But I think that misses the point of the question. I don't think it's about science or perception at all, actually. I think it's about people. Let's say there's a person who is like really funny, has the funniest joke in the world about pigeons. Really great guy, good comedic timing and everything. Now, let's say he dies. If no one was around to hear the joke, then we wouldn't know if the joke was hilarious. I mean, he might not even know what a pigeon is for all we know, but what if he did? Just because someone doesn't hear the joke doesn't mean that person doesn't have one or have a good sense of humor. They could. People shouldn't just assume things about other people, you know? I feel a bit like a tree sometimes. Not like I'm growing acorns or if you stab me, maple syrup comes out, because it doesn't. Please don't stab me. I just mean, people think I'm a certain type of person and they've made up their mind on that, even though they haven't even tried to get to know me. Like, so what if I don't talk to you? It doesn't make me shy or quiet or arrogant or anything like that. It's not my fault you're unlikable. And I talk to quite a lot of people, just not you. So it doesn't make me a quiet person. Just because you don't see me messing around doesn't mean I don't like to have fun. Just because I don't laugh or cry or scream or sing or dance doesn't mean I don't do any of those things. I exist, whether or not you choose to see me. But that's just it. Do I exist? Does it even matter if I am all of these things if nobody ever sees it? It really pisses me off. The idea that we exist only for other people, and if we aren't visibly all these things, then we don't make a sound. We don't count. None of it means anything if you aren't an interesting enough person for other people to look at. Trees are stupid. I mean, why did it even fall down in the first place? I mean, no one even cares anyway. After all, they don't make a sound. Stupid. But then again, maybe that's okay. Trees are massively underrated. I mean, they're pretty crap when it comes to staying upright, but they're still important. Did you know that the Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen? That's a lot of oxygen. That's why you have people marching in the streets and parking themselves on top of trains, even though they've never even been to the Amazon rainforest. Because even though you can't see it, trees are always constantly giving us life. They don't need a recognition to keep on being, to keep on mattering. I feel a bit like a tree sometimes. That's not a bad thing. I might not be spectacular, but I will keep on growing and giving out oxygen and making my small corner of the world that little bit better. And I think that's enough. Do you want to hear a funny joke about pigeons?
This is a questionable depiction of me you'll see here, I admit. But I beg of you, please believe me. Belief is the only currency I have in this case. Tom and I were up on the balcony sipping coffee. It was the first time anyone had come over since I moved in. I suppose I should give you some context if you're going to believe me. Tom is my little brother. Whilst we never were close, I had a parental fondness of him and vice versa. The reason he was staying over was because Dad died a week ago and he lives 3 hours away and I'm only 5 minutes away from the cemetery, so it only makes sense. The last day was painful silence, punctuated with tearful conversation. Whilst we didn't want to talk about it, we didn't want to sit there in that sad, awkward silence. The bitter taste of coffee swilled around my mouth. The occasional quiet, nice view interrupted the void, but ultimately, we were as far apart as us and the pavement. I turned my gaze to the drop below. 13 stories. An unlucky number for some, but I was born on the 13th of September, so I always thought it was lucky to me. I mean, of course there was other things about the apartment that I liked. There was the kitchen, the views, the location. But the number was sort of like the cherry on top. Wait, I'm getting off topic. I turned my gaze to the drop below. That's when it happened. The imp appeared. The imp of the perverse. Edgar Allan Poe coined the concept, the urge to do exactly the wrong thing in a situation for the sole reason that it is possible for wrong to be done. Have you ever wanted to push a stranger in front of a train or climb off and jump a high ledge or trip a stranger up? You're not inclined to these thoughts usually, but they take over. Even just for a second. I never took this literally, but in this moment, I knew it was real. Coursing through my bloodstream was the compulsion to be despicable, the possibility of a push. The tension ran through my muscles as they ached to outstretch. I can't rationalize my actions except that I know it wasn't me. It's delusional, I know. But I can't explain it to you any further except that I know it was the imp. I loved Tom. He was a lawyer. He had such a future ahead of him. But more importantly, he was my own flesh and blood. Nothing can change that. Everything inside me regrets it. I suppose I've ruined the ending of this for you now. I killed Tom. No! The imp kills Tom. The imp infected me with this craving for chaos. This insatiable demon corrupted me. It corrupted me, I'm telling you. I rested my hand on Tom's back. All it took was one swift movement. The thick heat perforated my every cell, causing the solution within me to boil, only supplying it with more energy. And then it all went black. I don't remember a push, a scream, a single ounce of pressure being applied. But I remember dialing 999. And the operator asking me what had happened whilst I stood there, horrified. What had I done? Tears streamed down my face. I was shaking violently. Why did I do this? His body laid stories below like a tiny slug, limp and disgusting with its own personal red trail. What should I do? People started to gather round him, run towards him. I'm the older brother. I should have never let this happen. How could I be so weak? But I didn't translate into my excuse. I said he jumped through a strangled throat. The operator comforted me, saying there was nothing I could have done, and asking me my location. It's despicable. It's corrupt, you're thinking, and I know. The thing is, they will never understand how it was the imp that killed him, not me. The imp manipulated my body to betray me. If they ever heard the true story, they would probably lock me away forever for something that I didn't do. If they heard the true story, they'd lock me away. Probably some kind of loony bin. I can't explain it, except that I know that the imp isn't me. I don't care what anyone says. The imp isn't me. I know what you're thinking, but it isn't. You know, when the imp takes over, you know, like something's off, like your ideas aren't yours, like the controls have been taken over. Now, I will document my mission to prove that I did not kill Tom.
Yeah, dude, hi. Hey, how are you? My day is great too. Thank you for calling. Yeah, birthday, waiting. How old am I now? You should be knowing this information very well, huh? Okay. 25. Yes, I know, I agree with you, I'm so old. But it's a shame you can't come to London. Yes, I know, you're very busy these days in New York. As wonderful as and as busy as old Lagos and London. I won't be bored though. No, I won't be bored this day. I won't be alone. Because this day is very important and special for me. You know my friends, my all African friends, I've invited them to come tonight. I've invited them to a birthday party. It is so hilarious. We have not seen each other in a year. And that's why it would be so good to see them tonight. You know what? I was trying to invite them. And they'll be like, we're going to be so busy, like so. Hey, thank you. Thank you for calling. Hey, have fun for me and I'll have fun for you. Yeah, bye. Waiting? As in, no, it must be fake news. The plane from Accra to London has crashed over the Mediterranean Sea. And no, according to latest information, no, it has died. Also, and I have no battery charger as I've lent it to my neighbor and he has gone to work. Hey, let me turn on this news now. Yeah, it too is breaking. Crap, waiting there today. Okay, keep calm in you are. Maybe they have not been infected by all these disasters. Yes, they must be safe and sound and be on your way to your flat in London. Everything is great. Waiting if it ain't great. And waiting if he has taken part in the school. And if there has been a coup besides, he cannot fly from Kampala. Hey, I'm waiting if this goddamn plane Albino. No. Albino. The girl was born on a Tuesday. Hey, yeah. Something happened. What's happened now? Something happened to you. I'll never forgive myself. I remember the day I first met you. It was a Tuesday. It was raining. It was here in London. You were so cold and wet to the church. I met you at a bus stop. We got on the bus and we were talking, and I loved you. Loved you at first sight. We went around London to the zoo, museum, cinema. I didn't always have money to do these things, though. But I saved. I saved as much as I could and even borrowed money from my friends at the barber shop. All those things to spend a few hours with you. Those hours were very special to me. Hey, yeah. But then you went back to Ghana. We've been texting and calling. Remember when I visited you in Accra? I remember that very well. I loved you. And I am still loving you. I even bought a ring. I proposed to you at night at dinner. I know you'd ask me, where did you get such a ring? How can you afford it? I cannot answer this question, no. Because Chineke, I can't believe you, my chappie. No, I cannot believe it. It's not happening. It is not real. She is safe, and she will be here very soon. And waiting if you're ready. Yes, you're ready. He's very fond about talking about politics. We always tease him about how much he likes to talk about politics. We said that as a baby, that he ate a book about politics, and that's why he's so crazy about it. It's a joke. But that's why he cannot miss this chance. He's always talking about how the current government was terrible. He thought it was a real hell. More like a lion ready to pounce on the people of Uganda, tear them to pieces. And so he's done it. He didn't even call me yesterday, for example. But it's obvious that to stage a military coup in Uganda, it has to be kept secret. And there's no room to speculate. The president of Uganda is Albino. His laws, his policy, his government, his democracy. Gasping people live in this country. The wheels have fell off. They should have done it years ago. Hey, chill out. It's like I've turned it ready. He's a hotspot. He's a gay. Also, what's that? Yeah. He doesn't stop being my friend, nevertheless. He's a good buddy. Moreover, he's really into talking about the rights of homosexuals in other countries. It's his second passion. Nevertheless, he's a buddy who's always willing to listen and offer advice and even money. Azene, Kembo, what has returned to his life again? Many years without it, and now it has returned. But he will prove full. Just as he did many years ago when his Baba kicked him out of his house. I do not know how exactly. He had disrespected him in some way. Kembo does not like to talk about his distant past. So from Harare to London in search of a new life. Through rainforests, deserts, swamps and savannas. Blood covering his feet. His stomach without food for several days. But then he made it to the Mediterranean Sea. The most dangerous part of the journey. There was a storm. He almost drowned. Thank God for the Italian fishermen. Then here to London. On the barber shop with me. I did not know I was sitting next to him for so long. I taught him how to use shears, clippers. Became a great barber, much better than me. But then he had to go home. His barber had died. He had to become the head of the household, bring home the bacon. Now, he has the best barber shop, not only in Harare, but it's all of Zimbabwe as well. Tapo is crazy about football too. They both like to watch it, call each other, and then argue about the game, as they support different teams. But they're still good friends though. Tabo. And me and Fabo were very good friends as well. But he does not like London or the UK, as he grew up in the most dangerous parts of Cape Town, where the most devilish people come from, he used to say. You cannot even walk the street without insults being addressed at you. That can't be good. How can you be happy? Over there, they would call you a kaffa or kafir in English. Over here, they call you nigger or nigger. Systematic racism. Thabo. He can never be comfortable in this place, which is a former metropolis or some other countries, because they say it is, he says it is just like England, the United Kingdom. It's a story that we go through here. Me and Thabo, we were walking down the street, decided to get the tube. We walk, the train was open, the doors open, we go inside. Then some idiot pushed us out, told us to sod off. This train was not for niggers. That has already been made up. If I ever see this kid again, Hey, jeez! Wish my friends were with me. We could drink, talk, joke. In short, hang out, yes. I must not just sit here and not worry about anything. About whether they're going to be here or not. In short, I must worry. Hey. Be damned this birthday. I must immediately find a phone and talk to my friends. Find out how they are and what is wrong with them. And if something has happened, or if I can't tell, I'll do everything. I'll fly to Ghana, Uganda, South Africa, Zimbabwe. I'll do it with them, for my mates. Ezine, mates. Abina, Yueli, Tabo, Kembo, is that you? Alive. This is impossible. You just cannot imagine what you've done now. You've made me the happiest person who has the most gorgeous birthday and of course the most wonderfulest, coolest mates in the entire world. Not in the entire universe, my bodies.
A utopia. A visionary of the future as life develops through becoming machine. A cog turning in perfect accuracy, perfect pace. Perfection comes with a price. They say uncut edges can give a look of soul, of heart, of you unfiltered, but there is no you. You are that utopia of a person. Nothing uncut, no heart or soul. That is ugly. That is not you. Normal people are ugly. They are born with malfunctions and natural errors. They feel fear, sadness over trivial things, loud noises. You are not normal. You are perfect. A prime form, how it was meant to be. Everyone else are just prototypes, but you are perfect. You are higher than them. They are for your use. Errors are to be corrected. Your perfection is mistaken as their error. They aren't ready for it. Not yet. Disappointing but necessary to survival. Primal to the past. Allow yourself to fit into their ugly, but don't be submerged. Condition yourself to their standards of right, wrong, good, bad. Program yourself a persona. But don't forget that you are perfect. You are the development into the future. You are that perfect cog. Just for now, blend in, but it is not wrong to remind them of who is better. Program out the errors of the ugly to see your perfection. Put on your best smile, eat less, cry for the effect of uncut edges. But still, be effortless. You are perfect. Because when you control how you are perceived, don't you want to be perfect?